I'm Sarah, welcome to my channel. This is a really nice gentle flow for beginners or anyone who's looking to move with awareness, build a bit of strength and just work on their alignment and mobility. Hope you enjoy. So start in a comfortable position if you just want to come to cross-legged, or you can be kneeling if you want to, just wherever you feel comfortable, and we'll just settle in to our breath. So if you want to soften your gaze down, look at the floor in front of you, or close your eyes if that feels comfortable, and we will start with some breathing. So inhaling in through the nose, slowly exhaling through the mouth, slowly inhaling in through the nose, slowly exhaling. One more time, inhaling through the nose, slowly exhaling through the mouth. Now we're continuing this time, we'll just breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. So inhale through the nose, slowly exhale through the nose. Inhaling through the nose, slowly exhaling. We'll try and continue with these nice, slow, steady breaths throughout the practice. So if you want to, we'll start with warming up our wrists, because we're going to be doing a little bit of work into the wrists. So if you bring your right elbow into your right ribs and bring your left hand to hold around your forearm just so that it's not moving around. So we'll pin those there, and we'll bring our palm and our fingers down towards the floor, opening our palm up towards the front, bring our fingers into center, rolling the wrist around, fingers pointing up to the ceiling, our palms facing towards us now, and all the way out. It won't make a perfect circle, but keep going, rolling as if you've got a spatula scraping around the edge of a bowl. So really working into the full range of motion of the wrist. You should feel a little bit of resistance, as if your hand's moving through honey or maple syrup. So we're not just flopping it around, we're really scraping it all the way around. And going the other direction. Really great for your wrist joint, this movement. A couple more times. It might feel quite achy, but that's okay. We're just working into those corners of the joint that might not have had much movement in this conscious way for a while. We'll shake that out and we'll go on to the other side. So pinning your left elbow into your ribs, taking hold of your forearm, bend your wrist down so your palm's facing the front, going into the center, so palm faces towards you, fingers into the center line, fingers up to the sky, your palms still facing towards you, down, and the palm faces out. Rolling around, really bringing loads of awareness into this movement, as if we're moving through honey. Bring some resistance to the movement. One hand might feel better than the other. Probably the hand that you hold your phone with will be a little bit more stiff, unfortunately. Our fingers are glued together here. The fingers aren't bending. All the movement's coming from the wrist. Swap directions if you haven't already. A couple more times. And give that a shake out. So move into the neck now. So bring your right ear down to your right shoulder. Feeling a nice stretch down the left side. And we'll slowly roll our head forward, nose towards the ground. Bring our chin towards our left collarbone, and then left ear to left shoulder. Going all the way up, tracing a big circle with our nose. So now we're bringing our nose up towards the ceiling, right over the top. right ear to right shoulder, chin to right collarbone, and then nose to the floor. We'll go the other direction now. So chin to right collarbone, rotating up, bringing our right ear towards the right shoulder, then really stretching up with the nose, checking with your forehead, are you tensing? Nose to the ceiling, all the way up and over, left ear to left shoulder, chin to collarbone, and nose to the floor. And maybe just rock side to side, maybe give your shoulders a little roll. Just notice how that felt. And we'll come to the floor now. So if you want to roll down to the mat, feet out in front, tucking our pelvis, rolling all the way down to the floor. You can hold on with your legs if you need to, or come to the floor however is comfortable for you. So we'll just settle on the mat here, maybe rock your pelvis forward and back, so tilting, arching your back off the floor, tilting the pelvis forward, and then rolling, bringing your pubic bone towards your face and feeling the lower back flatten into the mat. So we'll just rock forward and back a couple of times, and then settle in a neutral pelvis. So we're not overly tilting forward and we're not overly tucking and not flattening our back into the floor. We're just settled naturally in the middle. And from here, we'll bring our right foot over the left knee. So we're just above the knee into a figure four stretch. So from here, just be aware of what your pelvis is doing. We're trying to keep ourselves level. We're not rocking side to side. And we'll just move as if we're moving through honey again, bringing a little bit of resistance in. And we'll windscreen wiper our leg in and out. So we're bringing our knee, pushing our knee away from us, and then bringing our knee in towards the center, but with a little bit of resistance. So we're not just waving side to side. We're really resisting the movement, creating a little bit of tension, really making all those hip muscles work and moving with awareness. So bringing the knee into the center. All the time we're pushing our ankle in towards our thigh and pushing our knee away from us, feeling a nice stretch. Just checking with the shoulders. Are you tensing through your shoulders or through your face? Try and relax. Keep everything else relaxed. We're just working that hip. Bringing it in and pushing away. And then maybe just flop, releasing that tension, and just bring the hip in and out without moving through honey this time. We're just letting it flop. And just notice the difference. Warming up our muscles to begin with probably makes that feel like a nice release when we're just letting it move a bit more naturally. And we'll swap sides now. So bring the right foot down, the left ankle over the right knee, pushing that knee away from us. The ankle's pushing into the thigh gently, just to pin it there. And we'll move through honey again, bringing our knee into the center line and pushing it away. Everything else is relaxed. We're just really working those hip muscles, moving with awareness. If you feel any clicks and pops, that's absolutely fine. We just don't want to push into any pain or pinching. So pushing the knee away from us and really squeezing it into the center line, out to the side and into the center. So we're opening our knee and closing it like a book. A couple more times, keeping that nice resistance, warming up those muscles. Are you remembering those nice, slow, steady breaths in and out through the nose? Or maybe it's more comfortable breathing in through the nose and slowly out through the mouth, whichever you prefer. And then we'll release that tension and just let that knee move forward and back, flopping, letting that hip joint just glide. And just feeling that nice release. I'll bring the left foot down onto the floor now, stretch the legs out, point the toes, reach the arms up, maybe interlace the fingers, push them away. Reach, really stretch and relax. And we'll come back up onto all fours now. So slowly rolling up, or you can roll onto one side and push up. And we'll come onto all fours. So from all fours here, we're just going to work into the core a little bit and switch on our deep core muscles. So our shoulders are above our wrists, knees are above the hips. And we're going to inhale. And when you exhale, imagine there's a birthday cake with 80 or 100 candles in between your hands. So we're going to gently blow those candles out with an exhale. And as you exhale, blowing those candles, just notice your lower abdominals might draw in, feeling your core kind of corset around you and drawing up and in. That's your deep core, your deep abdominals working. So that's what we want to work when we're doing all of our postures. We're not just tensing through our abs or bulging out. We want to use this gentle exhale of blowing the candles to switch on those deep core muscles. So we'll try that again, pushing away through the hands so we're not collapsing down through the shoulders. And we'll inhale, exhale, blow the candles. So as you do that long, gentle exhale, you might feel those lower abs switch on. If you don't feel it, don't worry. It is happening deep inside. And the more we do it, the more we might notice and build that awareness and be able to feel it. So I might mention that blowing candles a couple of times during this flow, just to bring our awareness to that deep core and work that a little bit. So from here, from our all four position, we'll just do some cat-cows. So as we exhale, we'll tilt our pelvis forwards, really pushing through the hands, arching the back. And as we inhale, we'll drop the hips forward, bring our chest forward, head looks forward, really arching, and exhale, push the ground away, round through the spine. Don't worry what this looks like. And inhale, drop the belly down. Just do what feels good for you a couple more times. You might bring a little bit more movement into it, forward and back or side to side. We're just working the spine, warming it up. Perfect. And from here, we'll bring our hands towards our knees, bring our hips forward, so we find ourselves in a kneeling position. From here, come up to the top of your mat. So however you need to, you might need to use a little support. Right foot forward, left foot forward, and we find ourselves at the top of our mat. So from here, bring your feet hip distance apart. Just settle here. We found ourselves standing after being on the ground for a while. Just bring awareness to your hips. Do you find yourself tilting forwards? Maybe tilting backwards? So just make sure that your ribs are stacked above your hips. Shoulders are nice and relaxed. Take a nice deep inhale in. Exhale out. This time as we inhale, reach the arms up into a wide V. Exhale, bending forwards, bend the knees. Let your hands find the ground or close to the ground and just hang. Shake out the head. Nodding it yes, shaking it no. Just feel that neck release. And then we'll come back to a kneeling plank position. So right foot back, left foot back. Bring your hands slightly forward than where they would be in an all-four position. And we'll shift our weight forward, keeping our knees down into a kneeling plank. So use that candle breath to gently exhale as you come forward and feel those core muscles switch on. We're pushing the ground away, we're not collapsing through the shoulders. Holding here for a couple of breaths in this kneeling plank, weights shifted forward, our bottom's not sticking up to the ground, it's shifting forwards of our knees. And from here, bring the hips back over the knees. We're coming into puppy pose, so hips are over the knees, hands move slightly forwards. And from here, we'll really push our hands into the ground, trying to drag our hips away from our hands. So we're finding real length down the sides of our bodies. And just notice if your ribs are collapsing down towards the floor like so, just gently bring those ribs drawing slightly away from the ground. We're not gripping through the stomach, try to relax through your stomach. The ribs are drawing away from the ground, hips are drawing back away from the hands. Hands are really pushing as if you could push and pull the mat towards you. Really push into those hands to activate through the shoulders. A really active puppy. This is a great pose for working up to downward dog. So this nice open shoulders, active hands, bit of traction in the upper body, the hips drawing away, hands pushing into the ground is exactly how we want to be when we're in our downward dog. Neck's nice and relaxed. From here, draw the hands along the mat towards your body, hips come forward over the knees, coming up into a kneeling position. And from here, we're going to bring our right foot forward into a low lunge. And we'll just check in with the pelvis here. So bring your hands to your hips and just notice if your hips are tilting up or down, if one hip's hiking perhaps. Just bring those so that they're level. I'll just show you from the front there. So we're not up or down. We want these two hip bones to be on a level. And similarly, our pelvis, we don't want that to be tilting forward. Quite often in lunges, we find ourselves like this. We don't want to be overarching through the back. So just bring your hand to your tailbone and your pubic bone and just see if you can draw them both forwards. So tailbone forwards, pubic bone forwards. So it really stretches through the hip flexors, the deep hip flexors in that kneeling leg there. And from here, we'll just find a little bit of strength. So I want you to push into your knees, your left knee and your right foot, and really see if you can push into those and draw them together as if you're going to sweep your foot back on the mat, but it doesn't move, whilst we're keeping this nice level pelvis, tucked pelvis, and feel all of those muscles switch on there. So this is the kind of activation that we want when we're in our lunges. So we're not just passively holding them, we're really pushing into the ground to feel all those muscles supporting us. So from here, keeping that activation pelvis position, we'll inhale and bring our left hand up. And on the exhale, blowing those candles, bend over towards the right. But only as far as you can without really collapsing in the hips. The hips are staying nice and level, they're not moving. It's just our upper body. Feeling a nice stretch down the left side, looking down to the floor on the right. Inhaling here Exhaling to come back to center. From here, bring yourself up to the top of the mat, pushing into that right leg, coming all the way up, reaching the arms up, exhaling, bending, dropping that head down, a really nice bend in the knees. And we'll come back to our all fours position. Hands slightly forward, bring the hips forward, shoulders over the wrists into our kneeling plank, using our candles breath to really feel our abs, our deep core muscles switch on as we bring those hips forward. Gaze is forward, pushing into our hands, so we're not collapsing into the shoulders. Our shoulder blades are drawing off our back. And pushing back into puppy pose, so hips come above our knees, hands move forward, pushing into the hands, remembering that rib position, drawing our ribs away from the ground, really pushing into the hands, creating a bit of traction in the upper body, trying to move our hips away from our upper body and hands pushing down. Just feel that strength. And then we'll draw our hands back towards our knees, rolling up, hips above the knees in our kneeling position. Bring our left foot forward this time. Remembering our pelvic position, our hip position, so our hips aren't hiking, hips are nice and level, pelvis is tucked, so we're feeling that really nice stretch down our right side this time in the right thigh. Maybe just rock forward and back just to notice, trying to keep that pelvic positioning, just noticing the stretch, notice how that feels. And then we'll find stillness and push into that front foot, really drawing down into the ground with that knee and with the front foot, and maybe even trying to squeeze them in together, just building strength, building awareness in all of these muscles around the hips. And this time, inhale, reach the arms up, right arm up, sorry. And as you exhale, candles, bend over to the left, reaching up and over with that hand, looking down to the ground on the left side, trying to keep our hips level, just bending with the upper body, feeling a really nice stretch down the right side. And coming back to center. And from here, pushing into that the left leg, stepping up to the front of the mat. And just give your hips a little shake. Just notice how they feel. Should feel nice and stretched down our hip flexors. And from here, hips are level, pushing into all corners of the feet, the ball of the foot, the back of the foot. Just notice where your weight distribution is. You don't want to be too far forward or back. From here, inhale, arms into a wide V. Exhale, bend the knees, rolling down, hanging heavy here. And we'll come back into our all fours position and our knees down plank. Blowing candles as we bring the hips forward, shoulders slightly in front of the wrists, about above the hands. If you want an extra challenge, maybe tuck the toes this time, straightening one leg and the other. Exhaling those candles, coming into a full plank. If not, you can stay down in the kneeling position. Gaze ahead. Perfect. Dropping the knees down, pushing back into puppy. Hips are above the knees. Ribs are drawing away from the ground, really pushing into the hands, feeling that opening across the chest and the shoulders. And draw those hands back towards the knees, rolling up into our kneeling position. Perfect. Bring our right leg forward into our low lunge. Bringing our awareness to our hips and pelvis again. They're nice and level. Pelvis is tucking, feeling that nice stretch down the front of the left leg. This time we're going to tuck the back toes, push into the feet like we did in the first round, really feeling that activation as we push down to the toes, knee, front foot, really pushing, but we're not moving anywhere. We're going to push as if we're going to stand up, and then bring that knee off the ground, the back knee off the ground. Maybe shuffle that back foot forward slightly because we want to be able to maintain that tucked pelvis. We often find ourselves in lunges like this where we've got quite a big arch in our back, and it's often nice just to bring the back knee slightly bent so that we can maintain a really nice tuck in our pelvis, just to bring that stretch really deep into our hip flexors, which do get neglected a little bit. So we've got our right knee above our right ankle. Our back foot is on the ground, our knees are nice and bent. Pelvis is tucked. Breathing gently. Just bring your awareness to your abs. Are you tensing, drawing in? Just relax the belly. Relax the shoulders. Deep inhale, exhale, blow the candles. So a really gentle breath out, slow breath out. Feeling our core activate as we drop our knee down towards the ground, really pushing into our front foot, back toes. Slow dip, maintaining that pelvis position, and slowly rise up. Whew. And again, if you're really pushing into the front foot and the back toes, you are going to really feel all the muscles kick in. So inhaling, exhaling, slowly bend those knees. Maintaining this position, feel that nice stretch. Really push into the feet, the back toes as if we're trying to rip this mat apart. And rise up. A couple more times. Inhale, exhale, lower down. Our back knees hovering off the ground. Hips are nice and level. Maybe just notice, slowly rise up. I won't start talking while we're holding that. Just notice if your right hip is shifting forward. So just gently draw that back, especially when we bend the knees. One more time. Inhale, exhale. We're keeping our tuck, feeling that stretch. I have really tight hip flexors, so this feels really good. And pushing up. Wonderful. Step to the top of the mat. Shake that out and we'll take it to the other side. Inhale, reach up. Wide V with the arms, shoulders relaxed. Exhale, bending forwards. Head's heavy, knees are nice and bent. Plant the hands down, step back into our plank position. Walk the hands slightly forwards. Blow those candles, switch on the core as we bring the hips forward. Pushing the ground away to really activate through the shoulders. Hold here or tuck the toes, come up into a full plank. Gaze is forward. And release. Beautiful. Pushing back into our puppy pose. Hips are above the knees. Shoulders are open. Hands pushing into the ground. Ribs are drawing away from the ground. We're not trying to get our ribs as close as possible to the floor. We're trying to create that traction through our side body and our arms to really build strength through the shoulders and get a nice stretch through the upper body. And draw those hands towards the knees, rolling up into kneeling. And we'll go to the other side. So left foot forward this time. We're going to tuck the back toes, really push into these feet. Notice your hip positioning, nice tuck through the pelvis. Feeling the stretch down the front of the right thigh. Really push into the front foot, the knee, the toes, as if we're going to stand up, but don't yet. Push, feel all those muscles working, and then slowly rise up, feeling the balance. Our feet are on train tracks here, so just make sure, should have mentioned last time, your feet aren't too close together because that will make balance quite hard. Don't be afraid to bring your legs out further apart. So from here, you might need to shuffle your knee in slightly just to maintain that pelvic tuck. Front knee is above the front ankle. Back knee's bent, back toes are tucked. Inhale here. Exhale, slowly lower down. Hovering, left hips drawing back. Rising up. Don't be afraid to just shuffle in the middle of the movement or in between the movements just to come into a position that's preferable for you. Inhale, exhale, slowly lower down, hovering, keeping that pelvic tuck. I find it quite hard on this side. Slowly rise up, straightening the legs. Keeping that pelvic tuck, we'll bend the knees again. Front knee over front ankle. Just make sure that your knee's not knocking in. Your foot should be going over the top of your foot. Lowering down, holding. And slowly rise up, really pushing into those feet. One more time. Inhale at the top. Exhale. Pelvis is tucked all the way down. Knees are hovering. Really pushing into that front foot. We're ripping the mat apart. And rise up. Come to the top of the mat. Ooh, and just give those legs a little shake. If, like me, you've got tight hip flexors and that's a little burn. Perfect. So we're going to move to the long edge of the mat now. So stepping your legs out wide, coming to face forwards. And just tilt your hips side to side, up and down. And we're going to come into a wide squat, a goddess squat. So bringing our knees. For this, you might need to shuffle your feet a little bit in the middle of the movement just to find where you need to be. But our feet are out at 45 degrees. We're going to bend the knees. You'll find your pelvis tilts forward slightly, bottom sticks out. That's absolutely fine. Bring your upper body forward as well. It just means our hips can open up nice and wide. So our feet are at 45, lowering down. The main thing here is that our knees are pushing out. Our knees are over our hips, not letting our knees drop inwards. Our knees are pushing out the whole time. I want to bring our knees as much as possible over our ankles to a sort of 90-degree angle if we can. From here, we're going to push into the feet, again, really drawing down as if we want to rip this mat apart with our feet and slowly rise up. And we're slowly lowering down, so inhale at the top, exhale, lower. But again, we're like moving through honey, lots of resistance, pushing into those feet, slowly lowering down, holding, and slowly pushing back up. Inhaling at the top, exhale, lowering down, pushing into those feet, feeling our hips, our glutes, holding at the bottom, really push into those feet, Feeling those muscles, feeling a bit of heat, slowly pushing up. One more time. Inhale, exhale, slowly going down. We're moving through honey, lots of resistance, pushing into the feet, holding, slowly rise up. Give those hips a little shake, and we'll come to the top of our mat. From here, we're going to bring our right leg back into a warrior two position. So I'll just turn around so that I haven't got my back to you. So right leg's back, left leg's forward. Right leg is at a 90-degree angle or slightly less, sort of in line with the short edge of your mat. The front leg, the front foot's facing forwards. And just notice where your hips are here. Have you found yourself leaning forwards? So just try and bring your hips level without your knee dropping inwards. So we want our knee to be drawing out above our foot, above our ankle. And from here, raise the arms up. Turn the palms up towards the ceiling. And just notice how that feels. Maybe imagine there's someone pulling on each hand in opposite directions. And at the same time, draw your shoulders down slightly. So you might feel a really nice stretch all the way along your arms and your chest as you do that. So imagine someone's pulling, look forwards. Perfect. And straighten the front leg. From here, we'll shuffle that back leg in slightly. It's still at 90 degrees to the front. And we'll just tilt our hips forward and back, up and down, sorry. And knees are staying straight. I'm going to come into a pyramid position with lots of awareness here. We're not just collapsing. So bring your right hip up. Our left hip drops. Our legs are nice and straight. Maybe a micro bend in the front knee if you're prone to just locking them out, like me. So our hips up. And from here, we're going to bring our right arm up, our left arm down, and we're just going to tilt. But we don't want to tilt forward, and we don't want to round and collapse down. We're not going down as far as we can, but we're just going to tilt so our body comes in line with where our hips naturally were in that tilt. So you can bring your hand down to your leg to support, reaching the arm up. Exhale those candles. A slow, steady, light exhale through the mouth to feel that core switch on. Really testing your core here, holding you. Our hips, our chest are in line with our hips. Couple of breaths. You can look up to the ceiling or you can look down to the floor. That might be more comfortable. And soften that front leg. Bending into the knee, coming back into that warrior two. Palms up. Stretch those arms away. Notice where your body is. Bring those hips back above. And then swing the right arm forward, right leg forward, and we'll come back to stand at the top of the mat. Wonderful, and we'll repeat that on the other side. So this time we'll bring our left leg back behind us into our warrior two position. So this time our left foot is lined up with the back of the mat, the short edge of the mat. Our front leg is pointing forwards. Our front knee is above our front ankle. We're not knocking in. Our hips are level. Ribs are above our hips. Really pushing into these feet. Hips are nice and open. The main thing here is to make sure that our knee is drawing outwards. It's not dropping in. So you might need to bring your legs closer together for that. Don't bend as far. Being up here is absolutely fine. This is a perfect position if it means that you've got the right position with your knee. So bring your arms out again, really pushing into those feet, drawing that mat apart, feeling everything activate. Bring the arms up, soften the shoulders down. Imagine someone's pulling your hands in either direction, maybe slightly back as well, and just feel that opening across your chest. I really feel this in my arms. I think from spending so much time like this, my arms really enjoy this stretch. Perfect. And from here, we'll bring our hands to our hips, soften that front knee, and we'll tilt the hips up and down here, keeping our legs straight. It might feel really different to the other side. That's completely normal. Tilting the hips up and down. So we're not going side to side here. We're just trying to imagine the left hip goes up, right hip goes down, and the other way. They do move side to side a little bit, but it's more of a hip shift that we're trying to achieve. Just feeling the nice stretches as we do that, and just bringing awareness to knowing where our hips are positioned. So we'll bring our left hip up, leaving our right hip down this time. A soft bend in the right knee. And we'll bring our left arm up towards the ceiling, right arm draws down, and we'll just tilt as far as you need to bring your upper body in line with where your hips naturally settled when we did that hip shift. So we're not going all the way down like this. We're just holding, activating our core, bringing awareness into our positioning. Maybe the slow exhale through the mouth. Resting our hand on our leg. Soft bend in the front knee if you need to. Gaze to the floor or up to the ceiling. Feeling all of our core, our obliques switch on. On the next exhale, soften the front leg. Come back to center. Notice those hips shifting back into a neutral position. Ribs are over hips. Front knee over front ankle. And sweep the left arm underneath, bringing the left arm to the top of the mat. Give those hips and legs a little shake out. Wonderful. So we're going to do a little balance now. Balance and sort of hip strengthener. So this one's another slow burner, but it's all about the awareness and the position that we're in to really feel this where you need to. So we're going to start, you can come to face the long edge of your mat. We're going to start on our right foot. So bring all of your weight into your right foot. I'll start with a little squat first, actually. So if you bring your weight down, hips back, so our knees stay above our ankles. We're not coming forwards like this. Just a slight shift back. Our pelvis tilts up slightly, tailbone up to the ceiling slightly. Bringing our weight back over our ankles here. Gaze forward. Doing a little sort of mini squat. And just shift your weight side to side. And notice, you can rest your hands on your knees if you need to. And just notice if you feel your glute muscles working as you shift side to side. You should be able to lift up your toes, wiggle your toes. All of the weight is in our heels here. Now we're going to shift all the weight into our right heel, staying in this position. So all of the weight's on our right foot. Bring your left heel off the ground. Try to keep your hips as level as possible whilst putting all the weight into that right foot. Knees directly above the ankle. Chest is forward. Bring your hands to your knees or out in front. And breathe here, feel all of those muscles switch on. There's barely any weight in this left foot. Drawing that right hip bone, hip crease back. If you can't feel it, and we're holding here. If you want to, you can bring your left toes off the ground, really push into that right foot, even if your left toes are on the ground, really push into that right heel now as if you're going to stand up. So as if you're going to stand up, really push, feel all of those muscles activate, but don't stand up, we're not moving. Push, 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 push. Hold for 3, 2, 1, and push up. You should have really felt that burning, using all those small hip muscles that often might get neglected. So we'll move into the left side this time. Take a little breather if you need to. So we'll come down into that little squat, hips move back, hip moves back, weight moves over the back, over the heels, weights in the heels, knees are directly above the ankles, arms forward, shift from side to side, making sure there's no weight in those toes, shift over to the left this time, all the weights in the left foot, right heel is slightly off the ground, but our hips are still reasonably level, all the weight in our left heel. Push down into that heel, feel the glute muscles, the hip muscles working. If you can, lift up that right foot, balance. Really push into the left foot as if you're going to stand up now. As if you're going to stand up, push, push as if, but we're not moving. We're just activating all those muscles. Hold for 3, 2, 1, and push up. And just notice how you feel. Notice what you found. Was that easy? Was it really difficult? Let me know. Perfect. So we're going to come down to the floor now. So reaching the arms up into a wide V, shoulders relaxed, hinge at the hips, bend the knees, relax that head down. Maybe notice how your hips feel on this last bend. And now we'll come on to our bottom. So sitting back however you need to. And we're going to come into a seated position. So maybe just move the fleshy part of your bottom so your sit bones are really grounded into the ground. And bring your left foot in towards your right thigh. Right foot's out in front. And we're going to just do a forward fold here, but with the breath, a nice gentle stretch through the leg. So on an inhale, we'll reach the arms up. On an exhale, twist the body over towards the right, leaning forward as if you're painting a wall in front of you with your hands, all the way down. And then bring the hands along the floor as if we're painting the floor, straighten the back. We're painting our body, reaching the arms up. Exhale, paint that wall, paint the floor, rounding. Inhaling as you come up, exhaling as we paint the wall and floor and body. Just do this a few more times. Might feel quite silly, but exhaling as you come forward. Just this painting movement, it's just nice and soft and takes the focus out of seeing how far we can stretch. You might not come anywhere near the ground, and that's absolutely fine. Just focus on your arms moving softly, reaching as far as they can. You might just move your body a tiny bit, but it should feel a really nice stretch. Reaching up, nice tall back, reaching up the fingers as far forward as possible and then rounding all the way back. A couple more times, reaching. Nice long exhale as we stretch forward will help the body relax into it. Last time, inhale up, exhale, rounding back up. And we'll come to the other side. Just take a minute if you need to. Bringing our right foot into our left thigh this time. Left foot is straight. We'll reach our arms up. On the inhale, rotate our chest towards that straight leg slightly. And exhale, bending forwards, painting that wall as far forward as you can. Rounding up. Paint the body. Reaching, inhale. Exhale. Soften into this. We're not straining. We're just softly moving, painting with our hands. And each time you go, you might find you can go a little bit further. Rounding. Inhale, straighten. Hinging forward. Drop the head. Last one. Reach the arms up. Inhale, exhale. Round forward. Round the back, head heavy. Wonderful. Bring those feet together. Shuffle towards the front of your mat slightly and we'll come to a lying position. So slowly rolling, tucking that pelvis under, rolling, keeping hold of the legs if you need to, coming all the way down onto your back. Maybe just rock side to side. Our hips have done a lot for us today. Maybe tilt the pelvis forward and back. And just notice if that does feel any different to the first time we did this at the beginning. And we're going to come into a reclined twist now. So if you lift your hips up slightly and shift them over to the right a tiny bit and let the legs drop over to the left. Bring our heads on the floor, bring our left arm straight out in front of us. Bring your right palm onto the top of your left hand. Our knees and feet are resting on each other. And from here, we're going to reach our right arm forward as far as we can on the inhale. Exhale, we're painting again, sweeping our hand along our body, feeling our chest open. Feel the chest open before you straighten your arm. So we're leading with the chest and then open that arm out. Don't worry if your knees come off the ground or hips. That's absolutely fine. You can bring a block or a pillow underneath your knees if you'd like to. And exhale. Soften here. Relax the muscles of the face. Relax the belly. Relax the legs and the glutes. On an inhale, come forward. Bring that arm all the way back. Palms together. Reach again on an inhale. Reach that right arm forwards. And then exhale. Trace it back along your arm. Feeling that chest open. Leading with the chest before we straighten that arm. Out behind us. Gazing over our right shoulder. Softening the rest of our body. I'll just do a few breaths here. In our reclined twist. Maybe close the eyes if that feels good. Can you find softness anywhere else in your body? Maybe let those hips drop down. My knees have separated, but that's fine. And slowly come back to center. Knees towards the middle. Shift those hips back. Rock side to side a little, and we'll go on to the other side. So hips tilting over to the left slightly, over to the left side of your mat. And then let the knees drop over to the right. Right arm's out in front. Bring your left palm onto your right hand and then slide that left hand forwards, reaching, and then trace it, sweep it, paint it along your right arm, across your chest, feeling that chest open, and then straightening the arm, gazing over your left shoulder, relaxing the belly, the face, shoulders, and we'll come over, left arm coming up and over back, placing it on your right hand, and we'll go again. Inhaling as you reach forward, stretching out of that shoulder, and then exhale as you trace that left hand all the way along, opening the chest. Maybe softening your gaze, closing your eyes. Where else can you find more softness? I'm holding my hips a little bit. Soften my hips. Your knees might come apart, but that's fine. Check in with your forehead, your eyes. Soften the skin on your face. Relaxing here. Then slowly bringing the knees back to center, hips to center. And we'll gently straighten our right leg. Then gently straighten our left. Maybe shuffle the shoulder blades down the back slightly. Bring your palms out to your sides, palms facing up, or maybe one hand on your chest, one hand on your belly. I'll just finish with some deep breaths. Our eyes can be open or gently softened. And we'll inhale through the nose. Feeling our ribs expand, our belly expands. Exhale. Out through the mouth. Inhaling. And exhaling. Maybe sighing. Maybe make some noise on the next exhale. Inhaling through the nose. And exhale, sigh. Let everything go. Return to breathing in and out through the nose. Softening your skin, your bones, your muscles. Our organs are relaxed. Our whole body is relaxed. Softening, melting into the ground. Inhaling for 3 this time, through the nose. 1, 2, 3. Exhaling for 4, 2, 3, 4. Inhaling for 3, 2, 3. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 3. Exhale for 4. Inhale for 3. Exhale for 4. Just continue at your own pace or with your own counting, listening to the sound of your breath. And thanking yourself for taking this time to move your body today. I encourage you to stay here for as long as you want to, breathing consciously. If not, roll onto your left side when you're ready, pushing up to a seated position. Keeping the eyes closed, if they were closed. And we'll finish here. Thank you for joining me. Hope you enjoyed it.